Welcome back to Snippet Coder, and we are back with another video. In this video we will make the product listing page with search product and sorting of product. And this is our screen, and here we are having the design for our product items. Here we are showing the product image, then we have the product name with the product price. Then we are having two buttons here. One is for the edit product and the second one is for the delete product. Then we are getting here search bar to search the product. Then we are having a sorting feature to sort the product on the basis of that popularity, latest, high to low and low to high price. So before starting the video, if you are new to our channel, subscribe the channel by clicking on the subscribe button and click the bell icon to get notified about our latest videos. Thank you. So first of all, we have to create the model file that we will create inside our model folder, and we will name it as a product_model.dart file. And here we will create the class file, class product model. And here we will create some of the variable which is required, so that we will not pick all the variables from the server, so that it will perform the better in the API in our Flutter application. So for that reason, we will pick only the required variable which is required to display in the application. And the first one is the int type of ID. Then we have the string type of name, that will be a product name. Then we have the string type of type, that will be a product type. Simple product or variable product. Then we have a boolean type of feature, is the product is featured or not. Then we have the string type of description. Then we have a string type of short description. Then we have a string type of SKU, string type of price, and here we are taking the price in a string. And then we have the string type of regular price. Then we have a string type of sale price. Then we have int type of parent ID, is this product is linked to any parent or not. Then we have a list type of categories, and we will create the class for categories. Then we have a list type of images, and this class also we will create. Then we have the constructor here, and here we will have this dot ID, this dot name, this dot type, this dot feature, this dot description, this dot short description, this dot SKU, that will be used for the inventory purpose. Then we have a this dot price, this dot regular price. Then we have a this dot sale price. Then we have a this dot parent ID. Then we have this dot categories, this dot images. And here we will do the mapping, product model dot from JSON, map string dynamic JSON, and here we will do the mapping ID is equal to JSON ID. Then we have the name here, name is equal to JSON name. Then we have the type here. Then we have the feature here. Then we have the description. Then we have the short description, and here we have short underscore description. Then we have the SKU. Then we have the price here. Then we have the regular price. Then we have the sale price here. Then we have the parent ID. Then here we will check if JSON categories is not of null. Then we will have categories is equal to new list categories dot empty growable. That means this list is going to grow in future. Then here we will do JSON categories dot for each, and here we will have categories dot add. Then we will have categories dot from JSON, and here we will pass v. So now for proceeding further, let's create the category class here. So now here we will create the class categories, and here we have two variables. First one is the int type of ID, then we have a string type of name. Then we have the constructor here, and here we will have this dot ID, this dot name. Then we will do the mapping here, category from JSON, map string dynamic JSON, and here we will have ID is equal to JSON ID. Then we will have name is equal to JSON name. Then we will have to JSON, and here we will create map string dynamic to JSON, and here we have the variable of type map string dynamic data is equal to new of map string dynamic. Then here we will have data ID is equal to this dot ID, Then we have data name is equal to this dot name. Then from here we will return data. So now we will create one more class, that will be images class, and here we will have class images, and we have two variables. First one is the int type of id, then we have a string type of src, source of the image, and then we have the constructor here, this dot id, this dot source. Then we have to create here images from JSON, map string dynamic JSON, and here we will do the mapping here. id is equal to JSON id, and then we have src, JSON is equal to src. And then here we will create two JSON method, and the return type will be map string dynamic to JSON, and here we will have final map string dynamic data is equal to new of map string dynamic. Then we have data id is equal to this dot id, and then we have data src is equal to this dot src. Then from here we will return data. So now let's continue with our mapping here, and here we will have categories. Same we will do for our images also, and we will copy this one and we will paste here, and here we will have images, and here also we will change to images, and here images, here also images. So what we are doing here, we are just checking if the JSON images is not of null, then we are creating the object here, and then with the help of for each loop, we are just adding all the data from that JSON to images with the help of that from JSON by doing the mapping and all. And here we will create two JSON function also, and here we have map string dynamic to JSON, and here we have final map string dynamic data is equal to new of map string dynamic, and here we will have data id is equal to this dot id, and we will copy and we will just change the names here, this dot name type here, then we have the feature, then we have the description here, then we have the short description here, then we have the SKU, then we have the price here, then we have regular price, then we have the sale price here, then we have the parent ID, and then here we will check if this dot categories is not of null. Then here we will have data categories is equal to this dot categories dot map, and here we will have e dot to JSON, then here we will put to list. So what we are doing here, we are doing the mapping with the category, and we are just passing it to JSON, and we are getting all the JSON here, then we are putting it to list, and it will give us the array for the categories here. And same we will do for the images also. So we have created a model file. So now let's move to the UI part. So now we will create the UI for our application, and here inside the pages we will create new folder, that is products. Inside that we will create one new class, new file, that is product underscore item dot file, and that will be used for our item for our product listing, and we will make it as a stateless widget, and we will name it as a product image product item, and here we'll create the constructor here, this dot model, and we will create one variable that will be final product model, and that will be used in our this page. So now we will create one widget here that will be card widget, and we will name it as a card underscore card, and here we will pass bill context. Then from here we will return a row widget, and we will have cross axis alignment, and we will make it as a start. Then we have the children's here, and the first children will be our image file, and here we are using padding edge instant from left to right, and from left we are having 0, top 10, right 10, bottom 5. Then we have the child here, and we are creating a container, and we are having the width here, and we are using here 120. Then we have the alignment here, and we are using alignment dot center. Then we have the child here, and we are using here image dot network, and we are passing here model dot images dot first dot src, and it will pick the first image from our images collection. Then we have that height here, and we are using a 120. Then we have the fit here, and we are using here box fit dot fill. Then we will create one more child here, and we are using a padding, and this one will be used for our product name and product price and 2 buttons, that is edit and delete button. And here we have the padding here, and we are using a edge instant dot from left to right, and from left we are using 0, top 10, right 10, bottom 10. Then we have the child here, and we are using a container, and we are giving the width of 230 to our container. Then we have the child here, and we are using a column widget. Then we have the main axis alignment, and we are using a main axis alignment dot space between. Then we have the cross axis alignment, and we are using a cross axis alignment dot start. Then we have the children's here, and the first children we are using a text widget, and we are passing here model dot name, that will be a product name. Then we have the style here, and we are using a text style. Color, we are using a colors dot black color. Then we have the font size, and we are using a 16. Then we have the font weight, and we are using a font weight dot bold. Same we will do for our price also, and we will copy this and we will paste here. And here we have the model dot price, and we have the font size, and we will decrease it to 15. Then we are using a size box here. The height we are using a 10, and here again we are going to use the row widget, and that will be used for our 2 buttons, edit and delete button. Main axis alignment we are using here main axis alignment dot start. And then we have the cross axis alignment, and we are using a cross axis alignment dot end. Then we have the children's here, and we are using a elevated button here, and here in the child we are using icons dot edit icon. Then we have the size here, and we are using it to 525. Then we have the on press event, and that we will cover later on. Then we have the style here, and we are using here elevated button dot style from, and we are passing a shape, and we are using here circle border. Then we have the padding here, and we are using a edge instant dot all 5. Then we have the primary, and that will be used for the color, and we are using a colors dot orange color, orange accent, and we will copy this elevated button. Same we will do for the delete also, icons dot delete icon, and rest of the things are same here. So now we will create one page here that will be product listing dot file, and we will make it as a stateful widget. product list, and we will change it to base page, and here we will have base page state. Then here we will have override void initialize state, this dot initialize state. Then we have this dot page title, and we will make it as a products, and this one we will change to page UI. And here we will create list images. Images is equal to new of list.empty dot growable true, and here we will import product model. Then here we will add images.add new images, and here we have the source here, and we will add here image file. Then we will create list product model. Products is equal to new of list product model dot empty growable true, and here we will add products dot add product model, and the name sunflower oil. Then we have the images here, and we will pass here images. Then we have the price here, and we are passing here 20. And for the images we will use any image URL, and here we will return list view dot builder. Then we have shrink wrap true. Physics we are using a scroll physics. Then we have the item count, and we are using a products dot length. Then we have the item builder here. We have context index, and here we will return product item, the component which we have created, and here we will pass model products, and here we will pass the index here. And this is just for the testing, and we can also add more product here. So now we will link this page product list with, we will go to the home page, and here after category list we will change new container to new product list, and we will import here. So now let's run the application to see is it working or not. So now here if I click on the products, so we are getting error here. Let me see what the error is. So here we are getting the product page, but that list view is not coming. So let me see what the issue is. So the issue is we forgot to return anything from this item, product item. So here we will get the card here, and we will put the elevation here. The elevation we are using is 0. Then we have the margin here, and we are using a new edge instant dot symmetric, and we are using a horizontal 5, and vertical we are using a 3. Then we have the child here, and we will create the container here, and the height we are using a 150. Then we have the padding here, edge instant dot all 5. Then we have the decoration part here, and we are using a box decoration, and the color we are using a colors dot white color. Then we have the child here, and here we will pass card and the context here. So let's reload the application. So now you can see here we are getting the data here. We are getting an image, then we have the product name, then we have the price here, then we have 2 icons, edit and delete, and also we have to change the color for the delete icon also, and we will change it to red accent. So now UI is looking properly fine. So now let's move further to implement the same with the API and all. So now we will modify our API service, and there we will add new function, and we will go to the bottom, and here we will create future, and we have a list type of product model, and we will name it as a get products. And here we will get the optional parameters. First one is a int type of page number that we will use for that infinite scrolling and all. Then we have an int type of page size. Then we have a string type of str search. Then we have a string type of category ID that will be used later on. Then we have a string type of sort by. Then we have a string type of sort order. By default we are using here ascending order. And we will make this function as async here. And here we will get the request header map string dynamic request headers is equal to content type application JSON. Then we have to get that login detail to get the host name and the secret keys. Login details is equal to await shared service dot login details. Then here we have map string and we will get the query string here. As this is a get request, so now we will require to send that our consumer key and consumer secret in our query string. And here we will add consumer underscore key and we will pick it from login details dot key. Then we will have consumer underscore secret and we will have it from login detail dot secret. And here we will check if str search is not of null. Then we will add it to query string search is equal to str search. And same we will do for that sorting also. Sort by is not of null. Then here we will have order by. And then here we will have if sort order is not of null. Then here you will have query string as a order and here we will change to sort order. Then we will add here query string per page and we will map it with our page size dot toString. Then we have query string page is equal to page number dot toString. We will get the URL here where URL is equal to URI dot https. Then here we will have login details dot host. Then we have the endpoints here and we are using a /wp hyphen json /wc /v3 /products. Then we will pass a query string and here we will get the response here where response is equal to await client.getRequest and we will pass a URL and also we will pass the headers here request headers. And here we will check if response.status code is equal to 200. Then we will do the encoding and all, and for doing that we have to go to our model file and we will go to the top. Then we will go to our category model and from there we will copy some code and we will copy this code and we will paste here and we will change category model with the product model and here also product model, here also product model, product model, product model. We will rename it to product from JSON and this one also products from JSON. So these are the functions which we have created to doing our decoding and all from the JSON, which we have already covered in the last video also. So now we will put here return products from JSON and here we will pass json.decode and here we have response.body And in the else condition, we will pass here return null. So what we are doing here, we have created one function that is get products, and here we are returning list type of product model, and in the parameter we are having page number, page size, then we have that str search, then we have category id, then we have sort by, then we have sort order, and by default we are taking ascending order. Then we are creating a request header with the content type application JSON. Then we are creating a variable of login detail, and we are getting that from our shared service.login details. Then we are creating a query string with consumer key, consumer secret, and that we are picking from our login detail.key.secret. Then we are just checking here if str search is not of null. Then we are creating that query string for the search here. Same we are doing for the sort by, sort order, and for the page per page, and for the page number we are just passing a query string on the basis of the page size and page number. And by default we are having a page size of 10, and page number by default it will be 1. Then we are getting the URL here. We are getting it from uri.https login detail.host. Then we are having the endpoint here, wp-json/wc/v3/products. Then we are passing a query string. Then we are getting the response here with that URL and request headers. Then we are checking here if response.status code is 200. Then we are returning here product from JSON, and we are passing a json.decode, and we are passing a response.body. In the else condition we are passing a return. So now let's move further to create the provider file. So now we will go to our provider folder, and there we will create new file that is products_provider.dart file, and here we will create class products provider with change notifier, and before that we will create one enum here, enum load more status, and this will be used for infinite loading and all. And we have here initial, then we have loading here, and then we have stable here. So whenever we launch our page for our product listing, and we will make the status as initial, and after the data is getting load from the server, we will make the status as a loading, and once the data is loaded from the server, we will change the status to stable here. And here we will create our object for API service, and here we will have API service, and then we have list product model underscore product list, and here we have the new variable that is int type of page size, and by default we will make it as a 10. Then we have a getter for our all products, get all products, and we will map it with products list. Then we have a double get total records product list dot length dot to double. And then we have a load more, and by default we are making it as a stable. Then we have a get load more, and we are getting it from load more status. Then we have the constructor here, and here we will call reset stream, and we will create one function for the reset streams, and here we will create void type of reset streams, and here we will initialize our API service, new of API service. And then we will put here set loading status, and here we will create one function for our loading status, set loading state, and here we will pass load more status underscore load more status is equal to load more status, and here we will call set load more status, and we will make it as an initial. Then we will have product list, and we will make it as a null. Now we will create one function here that is fetch products, and here we have page number, and the other option we will make other variable we will make it as a optional string str search string category id string sort by string sort order. By default it will be ascending order, and we will make it as async here, and here we have list type of product model. Item model is equal to await underscore API service dot get products, and here we will pass str search. Then we have the page number, and we are passing a page number. Then we have the page size, and we are picking from this dot page size. Then we have the category ID, and here we have the category ID. Then we have the sort by, and we are picking from sort by, sort order, and here we will check if product list is equal to null. Then we will get the object here, product list is equal to new of list product model dot empty global true, and here we will check if item model dot length is more than 0. That means we are getting the data from the API, and we will add that data in our product list, and here we will have product list dot add all, and we will add this one, and here we will set the loading status stable, and then we will call here notify listener. So what we are doing here, we have created one function that is fetch products, and there we are passing the page number, then we have str search, then we have category ID, then we have sort by, sort order, then we are just calling our API service to get products, and we are assigning all the variables with our this function. Then we are checking here if that product list is equal to null. Then we are getting the object here, and here we are checking if we are getting the data. Then we are checking here if that item model or length is more than 0. That means we are getting the data from the API. Then we are just adding product list dot add all, and we are assigning all the new data which we coming from the server to our existing list. Then we are changing a state here, and we are making it as a stable. Then we are calling here notify listener. So now let's move further to integrate our provider with our API and our UI integration and all. And for doing that, we have to go to our product listing page, and here we have to create one scroll controller is equal to new scroll controller, and this one we will remove, and here also we will remove all the data which is not required anymore. Then we have to create here in type of page is equal to 1, that is by default it will be page 1. Then here we will have product list is equal to provider of products provider, and here we have the context here, and listen we are making it as a false here because we don't have to do any variable change listening and all. Then we will call here product list dot reset stream, and we will get all the objects here, instance of all the objects. Then we have product list dot fetch product, and we will call this function to fetch all the products here, and it will fetch all the data from the server. Then here we will have scroll controller for our page load and all. We will have scroll controller dot add event, and we are adding the listener here, and here we are checking if scroll controller dot position dot pixel is equal to scroll controller dot position dot, and here we have position dot max scroll extend. Then we are calling here product list dot set loading status, and we are making as a load more status as a loading. That means we are loading a data from the server. Then we have to call here product list dot fetch product, and here we will pass plus plus underscore page. that will, we are just incrementing the page number here. And here we will create one visit here, visit underscore product list, and here we will return new consumer products provider, and here we have the builder here, context product model, then we have the child here, and here we are checking if product model dot all products is not of null, and product model dot all product dot length is more than 0, and product model dot get load mode status is not equal to load mode status dot initial. Then we will return our UIE here. So what we are checking here, if our product model dot all product is not of null, that means object is not of null, and also we are having the data in our products, and then also we are checking here, we are not doing any scrolling and all, and our load mode status is not in an initial stage and all. Then we are just returning here, return single child view, and here we will return child, and here we are using column visit. Then we have the children's here, and we are using here same code, this one. And we will change here list view, and here also we will change to constants, never scroll physics, because we are using here child scroll view, so that way we are not required any scrolling from our list view. And here we will pass the controller scroll controller, and here we have the children's here, and we are passing here product model dot all products dot mapping map, and here we have changed it to model, and we are returning here product item, and here model we are passing here this model, and we will change it to to list. So this code we will remove, and here this one also is not required. So what we are doing here, we have created a list view here, and we will make the shrink wrap true. Then we have the physics here, and we are using here never scrollable scroll with physics, and because we are using the single child scroll view, and we don't require any list view scrolling and all. Then we are passing the controller here, then we have the children's here, and we are passing here product model dot all product dot map, and we are returning here product item. In that we are returning here model, and we are mapping it with that model, and we are making that to list. And here we will create one visibility to show the loader when we are doing any scrolling and we are at the bottom of the page. Then we will show the loader here, and here we have the child here, container, and here we have the padding here as instant dot all 5. Then we have our height here, we are using 35. Then we have the width here, we are using 35. Then we have the child here, and we are showing here circular progress indicator, and we are putting here visible condition, and we are passing here product model dot get load mode status is equal to load mode status dot loading. Then only we will show here, and here by default we are showing here circular progress indicator, and this product list we will return from here. So what we are doing here, we have created one visit for product list, and here we are returning consumer product provider, and in the builder we are having context product model, and then we have the child here, and we are checking here if the product model dot all product is not of null, and also that all product dot length is more than 0, and and load mode status is not of initial, and then we are returning here single child scroll view, and here in the child we are having column visit, then we are having list view, then we are having visibility visit for showing the loader when we are at the end of the page, and by default we are showing here circle progress indicator. So now we will map this product provided in our main.dart file, then we will show in our UI is it working or not. And here we have to copy paste, and we will pass this one and we will map it with our product list page. So now let's run the application to see is it working or not. So here if I click on the products, loader is loading here. So here we are getting some error for our mapping and all. So let's see what the issue is. So now let's put some debugger here to see the issue. So here we are getting the issue in our request header. So let's see what the issue is. So this one we have to change it to string, not for the dynamic. So let's see is it working or not. So now if I run this one, so we are getting the status 200. So now we are getting all the data. So let's see in the UI. So now here you can see all the data is coming from the server. So without any issue, we are getting a product image, then we are getting a product name, then we are getting a price, then we are getting 2 button here, and then also we are getting the pagination also. As of now we have the less data, so that's why it is not showing any pagination and all. So now let's move further to implement the search bar and also that sorting feature. So now we will do the final part of our video, that is sorting and filter. So we will go here in our product list page, and there we will create one new class, and we will have class sort by, and here we have the variable of string value, string text, string sort order. Then we have the constructor here, this dot value, this dot text, this dot sort order, and here we will get the variable final underscore sort by options, and here we will have sort by, and first one we will the value that is field name from our API, popularity, and the sort by we are doing ascending order. Then we have another one, modified, and here we have the latest. Then we have the price high to low, and we will make it as a descending order. Then we have the price low to high, and here we have price, and here we have to create one variable final underscore search query is equal to new of text editing controller. Then we have the timer, and that will be used for the debounce search and all. And here we will have search query dot add listener, and here we will create the listener here underscore on search change, and this one we will create here, and here we have product list is equal to provider of product provider context listen false. Then we will check here if debounce is active. In the else condition we will make it as a false. Then we have debounce dot cancel, and here we have debounce is equal to timer, and here we have the constant duration, and we have millisecond 500, and here in the callback we will write the function, and we will call here product list dot reset stream, product list dot set loading status, load more dot initial, product list dot fetch product, and by default we will pass page number 1. Then we have str search, and we will pick from search query dot text, and here we will create new visit product filter, and here we will return container. Height we are using a 51. Then we have the margin here, and we are using as instant dot from left 10, top 10, right 10, and bottom 5. Then we have the child here, and we are using row visit because we have to show 2 child here. First one is for the text field for the search, and the second one is for selecting that sorting and all. And here we have the children's here. Then we are using a flexible visit, and here we have the child here, and we are using a text field. In the controller we are using a search query. And then we have the decoration part, and we are using here input decoration, prefix icon, and we are using a icons dot search icon. And then we have the hint text, and we are using a search. And then we have the border here, and we are using a outline border radius. We are using a border radius circular 15. And then we have the border side, and we are using a border side dot none. And then we have the fill color, and we are using a colors dot black color. And then we have the fill true, and here we will put size box, and the width we are using a 15. And then we have the container here, and we are using a decoration, box decoration. Color we are using a color dot black color. Then we have the border radius dot circular 9. And then we have the child here, and we are using a pop-up menu button, and here we have the on selected event, and we have that item builder here. We have build context, and here we will return sort by option dot map, and here we have the items here, and here we will return pop-up menu item, and the value we are using an item. And then we have the child here, and we are using a container. Inside that child we are using a, and we are using a text visit, and we are passing a item dot text, and here we will do to list, and here we have the value sort by, and here we will have where product list is equal to provider of products provider. Then we have the context listen false, and here we have products list dot reset stream, product list dot set sort by, and we have to create one method inside our product provider, and here we will create set sort by, and we have to pass the value here sort by, and we will have sort by. We have to create variable here sort by, and here we will create one variable sort by, and here we have sort by is equal to, and default sort by we will put here modified Then we have the text here, latest, and the sorting order we are using a ascending order. Then here we will have sort by is equal to sort by, and here we will call notify listener. So now we will call this sort by over there, and here we will pass sort by. So here we have to call product list dot fetch products, and here we have to pass page, and also we have to do small modification in our fetch products here, and here we have to pick it this dot sort by dot value, this dot sort by dot sort order. So now let's run the application to see is it working or not. So here we forgot one thing. So this product visit we have to call from here, and for doing that we have to call here return column visit. Then we have the children's here, and here we have the product filter. Then we have the product list here, and that we will call with our flexible visit. So now you can see here visits are coming here, but that look and feel is not good. We have to change the background color and all, and here we have to change it to gray color. So it is much better here, and same we will do for our sorting also. Yeah, so here we are getting it. If I click here, we are getting all the sorting feature and all. If I click any of the one, the loader will be load, and all will be go to our API, and we will get all the data on the basis of the filter and all, sorting filter. So here I click on that price high to low, so we are getting the highest price product in the top and the lowest price at the bottom. So if I now click on the low to high, so we will get all the data with the low price at the top and the high price in the bottom. So now same way we can also do the searching also here. If I put here oil, and if I click enter here, so we are getting all the product related to that search. So that's all in this video. I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, and let me know in the comment box section about this video. I will come back soon again with another awesome video. Thank you all.